Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's gonna stun, alright? So changed up the look a little bit, took off the gold ribbon. Hope you guys are liking the show so far. It's really, really good, right? It's amazing. Now guys, I've got some advice to give you about a YouTube channel, alright? Alright, this is advice I'm going to give you about success on YouTube and how to be successful despite maybe not having enough views or enough subscribers. You might not be where you want to be, but you gotta have that dream, right? So my idea of getting success on YouTube is follow your heart. Do what you love. Alright, do what you love, and also dream big. Like really, it's okay to dream big. I mean, even if it takes more time or it's harder to do, dreaming big is good, right? Like, why would you want to dream small? And I mean, you know, for me, I really feel my channel is really, really good. I do feel it's amazing, but you know, and dreaming big is very good. You know, I'm very happy to dream big, but you know, have a reality check too. You want to make sure you're like, well, I want to do well, I want to be famous, but you have to ride out the bumps and you have to ride out, you know, the time that you're like, you have to say, well, every famous person started somewhere, right? So if you are having the same thing going on for you, you have a channel, and you're like trying to remember, you know, how did Madonna start? How did Lady Gaga start? How did all these people start? And you're like, they all started with 0 views on their YouTube channels. They all started by going into a record place, and now you don't have to go into a record place to make a deal. You can just go on YouTube and get the views, right? So we're very fortunate now to just be able to perform freely. You don't have to be any good even, and you can totally fluke out. Some people have a crazy title for their video, and so all of a sudden they're big, they're huge. Some people have a good look, and like Melina, for instance. Melina has a good look, and so when you see someone like that, it's automatically a view grabber. It is something that attracts attention. So it's something that I really feel helps me a lot. But yeah, so if you are someone that has a channel and your look is your big thing, you never know, you could be famous, right? So it's really important to recognize that you are trying and you're doing a good job, and you know, but you have to remember, be a reality check and follow your dreams and dream big. Like don't think your channel is not going to be successful. Even if your channel isn't successful, don't think it's going to be not successful. Keep trying, keep plugging away. Eventually you will see results, alright? Now I'm very, you know, I'm the person that sees big things all the time, but sometimes you have to be able to take a step back and say, you know, you see big things, but what is your channel? What is your channel really? Where is your channel really at? And of course, dreaming big that's where dreaming big comes into play, right? Like, if your channel, I mean, my channel's at 1,000. I'm very happy about that, but you know, you have to, if you want to get to 1,000,000 subscribers, you have to realize, you know what, my channel's at 1,000. I know I can make it to 1,000,000, but right now it's not. So I have to just make sure I do a good job, make sure everybody likes my videos, and and then eventually, you know what, if you keep trying and you do a good job, you will. I mean, it's not a guarantee for everyone. It's not like you're gonna know whether you're gonna be a success overnight or not, but it is something that helps, right? Now for me, I'm very kind of like, uh, I like a challenge, right? I like to challenge myself. I like to see how much I can do with limited resources or with a lot of resources, but I like to see what I can do. And I like to prove a point, right? Like, I do feel like, you know, even though it's hard to get money on YouTube and it's hard to get famous and it's hard to do those things, I like the challenge. I do like the challenge. I do feel that if you challenge yourself and think, and think, you know what, it's not easy to get a lot of subscribers, it's not easy to get a lot of views, and you keep challenging yourself and you say, hey, you know what, like, I did it. I can't believe I did it. So, it does take a while. Not for everyone, but can take a while. Alright guys, I'm wishing you well. Keep dreaming big. Now, let's just say, and just for you guys out there, if you live in bad housing, or you have neighbors that maybe aren't doing as well as you want to yourself, and your neighbors they're paying the same rent as you, so they're not doing very well. So you're like, well, I want to do better, and I really feel I should do better, and my neighbors don't define me. Not that making money is something that defines someone, but you're like, well, if my neighbors make hardly any money because they live in the place you live in, maybe, then say, I can dream big. I don't have to be here forever. I can really follow my dreams. I don't have to be in a place where I don't feel I belong. When you see yourself in that light, where you see yourself and say, hey, I see myself in bigger places than this. I don't see myself in a place that's not as good, or I don't see myself in this position. I don't see myself living in this household forever, right? So you have to dream big. You have to really strive for your goals, and never give up. Giving up is not something you should do, right? So never give up. And always have a backup plan. Do not just rely on your YouTube channel. Relying on your YouTube channel only may not get you there. But a lot of people might be like, well, you see yourself and you're like, well, I lived here for years, or however long you lived there, and then you see yourself living there, and you're like maybe in 5 years you move to a mansion, or you move to a really big house, and you're like, yeah, I really lived there. I really lived there. That was me for a time. But it doesn't have to define you, right? It doesn't have to make you feel like you are like that, or, and like I said, money does not define a person, So if you are someone that's struggling with money, Bill Gates is really rich, but I'd rather be me than Bill Gates, right? So, or for yourself. I mean, if you're good looking or you prefer yourself over Bill Gates, then I understand why. Not that there's anything wrong with Bill Gates, but he's not like extremely hunky or anything. So if you feel you have more to offer than Bill Gates looks wise, or in any other way besides money, because he's got a lot of money, then you might be like, well, I can totally see that money does not define me, right? But it is nice to have money, and more is better, right? We want more, right? We want to have more. We don't want to feel like our lives are just destined to have what we have. And let's say you're someone that feels like you're far behind, or you feel like you have, maybe you feel you've been struggling for a long time with money, and you're like, that's not right. I should be at a better place. I should not be at this place. Then dream big, but make sure you follow your dreams. Do that reality check and say, you know what, maybe I'm dreaming big, which is good, but I have to remember I'm here. So I have to get from here all the way here, and be mindful of the reality, right? You want to make sure you're not stuck in like a false reality. But that's how you have a successful YouTube channel. And that's what you do. You dream big. You don't think you're going to be stuck in a place forever. You don't think you're going to be like in that place for a long time. You're better than that. So you're going to get out of there. And this is for all my fans. If you guys are struggling and you're like, I belong somewhere better. I don't need to be here. Well, obviously you need to be there while you're living there, but you don't need to be there while you're, it's beneath you, right? Like it's not you, right? Your place does not define you. But let's say you're in a place and your neighbors are kind of not exactly where you think they should be at. You kind of want neighbors that have more money. You kind of want neighbors that have this and that, right? And some of your neighbors might have more money, but they live in the place you live, and you're like, well, I need to get out of here. I got to get a better place. Anyway, that's just dreaming for you guys, making sure you guys feel like, yes, I can actually believe in myself. I can have dreams. I can do things. All right, so I wish you guys well. Remember, if you work hard, you're not stuck in a place forever. You're not going to be stuck there forever. You can have dreams that are big. You can get somewhere. You don't have to rely on someone else. You can just do it on your own. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye now.